Hi, my name's Kelsey Caldwell, and my family and I are on day 5 of our COVID quarantine. Yesterday was a roller coaster ride of a day. We've recorded videos of some of our other days, how we got quarantined, kind of some of the things we're going through and experienced yesterday. Our kids were getting more and more sick. We ended up being denied care at multiple medical facilities. One of our kids ended up having to go to the hospital where there were multiple checkpoints of guards with bulletproof vests and tack gear and tasers on their hips. And oh my goodness, it's a day I'm never going to forget. I don't even almost know where to start to describe it. Our kids have been getting more and more sick. And the pediatrician yesterday, she's already been treating my daughter. She said we need to get a chest x-ray on her today to see what we're dealing with as of right now. She's not responding to the antibiotics that she was given last week. So she said, why don't you just go into the urgent care? They have that imaging there. Call them first and you can go there and take the boys with you. You can all just be seen at the same time because the boys have been progressing as well. I called the entire system of urgent cares that work with that organization. There's multiple in our area. Through a long, lengthy process, pretty much just said, we won't see you. They sent us off to a bunch of other imaging places. We called them all. Everybody said they won't see us. Final verdict was the hospital's probably our only option. So called the pediatrician back, and they said, all right, we didn't realize that. We're so sorry. Let's come up with a new plan. So they said, we want to see the boys in clinic. Please take your daughter to the hospital. Go get a chest x-ray. So my husband and I did the divide and conquer thing. We masked everybody up. He took the boys to the pediatrician. I took our daughter to the hospital. The boys don't have pneumonia, thank goodness. They do have some pretty significant upper respiratory things going on, so they came home with antibiotics, steroids, all of those things. Our pediatrician has been amazing. My daughter and I went to the hospital. We get there, we wait in the car, then they called us back to say when we could come in. As we're walking in the hospital, there's like guards with vests and tasers on their side and multiple checkpoints to get in, and they're asking you questions before you can go by. And the last checkpoint, I don't know what else to call it than a checkpoint, they're taking your temperature. All the nurses, everybody has masks on with facial shields on them. It was like something from a movie. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, we're kind of living in the middle of this, but I was not expecting that. We get into the room. Obviously, they're wearing extra protective gear. About halfway through, it was very emotional for my daughter as well. Grandma asked her afterwards, how was your doctor's visit? My daughter said it really sucked. And Grandma said, well, tell me about it. And she said, well, Grandma, they put suits on every time they came to see me. And Grandma said, well, how'd that make you feel? And my daughter said, well, Grandma, it made me feel like they all thought I was just icky. And I was like, oh, my heart just broke for her. She's in a lot of pain with things going through her chest. I know she's not feeling good, and so things are probably feeling a little extra emotional. They did take chest x-ray. I guess you can see some, they kind of described it as spider veining. Anyway, they said it showed a pretty significant viral infection in her lungs. She has pneumonia. We got more medications. It's worth saying out loud, like, we've been here health-wise with our kids before. They've had pneumonia. My daughter's been resistant to antibiotics before. We have lots of extra, like, we have some breathing machines and things at home so we can do things at home so we don't have to stay in the hospital. We've been on steroid treatments. But this 7 hours to get an antibiotic and 3 hours to find out where to get a chest x-ray and checkpoints into the hospital with guards, and wow, yesterday was much more of a process than I was expecting. I did ask again about COVID tests. They said who's qualifying to get those is just changing by the hour. We're not really on the top of the list. So we're just not candidates for it. One of the doctors said, wish we had enough that we could just test everybody and really know what we're dealing with here, but we don't. And I'm today sitting here. We have a couple more medications to pick up today because the pharmacy's just so overran. They just can't get stuff to you at the clip they used to. And today I'm just sitting here so thankful that we're going to have the medications we need. Today we have an amazing pediatrician. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that the hospital's doing whatever they need to do, working whatever processes they need to work out, even though it felt crazy, to make sure people like my daughter can be seen. I'm so thankful for our friends. Our little boy's birthday was yesterday, and it was a crazy day, and one of our friends dropped off a balloon and a card and rainbow sherbet, and another friend dropped off Dutch Bros for my husband and I, which is our favorite, and the baristas wrote, "You got this," on the top of the cup, and another friend dropped off coloring books and fingernail polish for my daughter, and another person snagged us popsicles because the kids are just not eating and they don't feel good, and they're like, "Mom, can we just have a popsicle?" And we have amazing friends and amazing family, and we're super blessed, and we're gonna get through this, and we're gonna be just fine. It's just a super interesting journey. So we hope and pray that you are all doing well. This is the Caldwell family. We're on day 5 of our quarantine. Hopefully the next couple days are a little more chill. That will be nice. Yeah, that's us. This is the journey.